Hello students, so now we are going to see another application of operational amplifier, that is how it is used as a non-inverting amplifier. Okay, first we shall see the circuit and then understand it and then do the circuit analysis. So here is the circuit diagram. You have the input Vin connected to the non-inverting terminal. Okay, so because that is why it is called as a non-inverting amplifier, because you give the input to the non-inverting terminal and no input at the inverting terminal. Okay, then you have the resistors connected same way as you saw in the case of an inverting amplifier. The positions of the resistor doesn't change since we have changed the working mode, because it has been now changed to non-inverting amplifier, but the position of the resistors remain the same. Okay, and the feedback is also given at the inverting terminal only. Okay, we normally can have a twisted idea that since it is a non-inverting amplifier, we give the feedback resistor at this terminal. No, feedback terminal is still given at the inverting terminal. Okay, and the resistance R1 is connected as in the same case as the previous inverting amplifier case, but only thing is that you don't give a signal at the inverting terminal. Signal is only given at the non-inverting terminal. Okay, then as in the previous case, you have the voltage plus V connected to here, and then you have the minus V voltage connected at these two terminals. Everything is the same, and you can get take the output from here. Okay, so now suppose you have a resistance connected somewhere here, and you get the output, and this is actually grounded. That is, you have a resistance or something resistance connected at the output to take the output voltage. Okay, and now we shall see the part how the gain of the amplifier, how the gain will be, or how you can calculate the gain of a non-inverting amplifier. Okay, so here this is grounded. Okay, you give the input signal here. Okay, now what is the now I can talk about the current. You have the input currents. The resistors are connected here, so I'll be more talking about this particular network, but then I have to mark the current and all. Then let me call this current passing through the resistance R1, as in the case for previous case I call it as I1. So now what will be the direction of the current? Can you guess? This is at a ground potential. Okay, and this is at a higher potential. Obviously this is not grounded. The virtual concept of virtual ground is in the case of an inverting amplifier, not in the case of non-inverting, because in the case of non-inverting amplifier you have a voltage here, so I cannot say this is virtually same as that a voltage here. So virtually these two should be the same, but then since it is not grounded, I cannot say this is also virtually grounded. So that concept is not there. But then virtually you can say this voltage and this terminal voltage is same, because the gain of the op amp is very high. Okay, now anyway, this has a potential. Then since this is grounded, this is at a 0 voltage, so which is having a higher potential this point, right? So obviously the current will be flowing from higher potential side to the lower potential, so I can draw the current in this direction. Okay, now you talk about the current I2. Here you have a current I2, and what will be its direction? Okay, you give a voltage at the non-inverting terminal. So suppose you give a positive voltage. Positive is now it is highly positive, a positive part of the input, and you get the output an amplified positive, right? So, but anyway, this voltage will be a lower than this is an amplified voltage which you get here, and this voltage will be comparatively lesser when compared to this amplified output voltage. So obviously this will be at higher potential when compared to this, so I can say the current is flowing in this direction. So I drew the currents I1 and I2 here. Okay, now let's talk about the current VI in input voltage. How I can equate this input voltage as? Now you'll see this voltage across these two junctions is actually V in, right? Okay, or you can say this is 0, or you can say that the voltage at this point is actually V in. Now you see what should be then the voltage across at this point, at this point, and this point also. This is similar to this. This between these two voltage, what is that? So that should be the voltage existing at the, or you can say the voltage at this point should be equal to, virtually equal to the voltage at this point. That is what we studied, right? Since the gain of the op-amp is very high, okay? So we say that since the gain is very high and this gain is VO divided by VID, difference voltage VID, and since this voltage is actually equal, so this for the gain to be very high or infinite, you can say this approximately should be equal to 0, and this should be 0 when these two terminals voltage are same. Okay, in the previous case it was 0, so I said this is also 0. In this case I said there is some voltage V in, so that this voltage existing at this terminal should also be same as that of V in. So typically I can say that the voltage at this point and the voltage at this point is same. So that means I can say V in should be equal to I1 R1, right? So this is something which is required later. So this is for one thing. Then another thing is you can consider these 2 points. So this is the grounded point and you consider these 2 points. So or actually let me call, or you can see, I consider this point as C and then the output as D. Now you, so this is grounded. Now you consider the network CD. Okay, C, or you can say here, and then you have the resistor here, which were across which you get the output voltage, and this is grounded. So this is actually, this is also grounded, right? Both of them, they are grounded, I can say. So that means that this output voltage, we have learned that according to the Kirchhoff's voltage equation, I can write V out, this voltage should be equal to I2 RF plus I1 R1, or I can, in another way I can say that these are two parallel. So this is one network and this is another. So it is these two networks, that is CD. You see this particular portion of the network, and that is in parallel with this part, right? So I can say what is the voltage across this terminal, these okay, this loop, or not this loop, the voltage between the point DC, when you look like this, that voltage is actually equal to V output, VO, right? And that should be equal to the voltage existing in the parallel network, right? So that I can write VO as equal to V I1 R1 plus I2 R2. Understood? The voltage across this, which is actually equal to V out, should be equal to the voltage across this, and that is actually V out is equal to I1 R1 plus I2 R, noted it is, we are showing it as RF. So that is the equation number 2. Now another thing is that, so we got VO and VE. Now another thing is that what is the current I1 and I2, how it is related. You can see that at this junction, applying the Kirchhoff's current equation, whatever current flowing into this junction should be equal to the current flowing out of that. And since the op-amp has very high resistance, we said that no current flows into the op-amp. So then I can write here I2 equal to I1, or I can write that I1 is equal to I2. Okay, so you get the third relation. Now I am going to apply this third into this 2, equation number 2. Okay, so I can write VO as equal to, since I1 is equal to I2, I apply 3 here, I can say I1 is equal to I2, so then I can commonly take I1 outside, so I1 into R1 plus R2. Okay, so then what is the, okay, now so this is the another equation number 4. Now we will see what is my purpose. My intention is to find AV, closed loop gain. And what is the closed loop gain? You have learned closed loop gain is VO divided by VI, right? So now I am going to write VO is I1 into R1 plus R2 divided by VI. You have, here we have written V in, both are same. Okay, so then this VI is equal to I1 into R1. Okay, then I will get R1 plus R2 divided by R1. Now we divide the numerator by R1. I will get R1 by R1 as 1. So 1 plus I am writing it as R2. Basically it is RF as what you have written here. RF, this is RF, this is RF. Okay, so I am 1 plus RF divided by R1. So what did you 1 plus RF by R1. So this is the final relation for the gain of an closed loop gain of a non-inverting op-amp. That is, gain is equal to 1 plus RF divided by R1. Okay, so this also basically depends upon the gain, basically depends upon the feedback resistor and the resistor R1. So the gain of an op-amp always depends on the external resistors which you connect, and not depending on the input resistance or any other thing. It depends upon the resistors which you connect in the network. Okay, and one thing which you have to remember is in non-inverting amplifier, the output voltage is in phase with the input voltage. No phase inversion take place, or the output voltage they will not get inverted. Okay, and that is why we say that it is non-inverting amplifier. And the gain of the amplifier is very important that you have to learn. That is, gain is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. Now how can you compare both of them, the gain of the inverting and non-inverting? Gain of the inverting you have learned as AV is equal to RF by R1, right? So here you can say that this is more because it is actually RF by R1 and one added more to that. So gain of a non-inverting amplifier is mostly greater than the gain of a inverting amplifier. Okay, so this is about the non-inverting amplifier. You have to learn the circuit, the analysis, and then finally how you express the final gain of the non-inverting amplifier. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can please put it in the comment box.